Hi guys! Welcome back to another studio vlog, and just in my channel in general, because I have not been here for a little while. For those of you who follow me over on Instagram, you'll have seen for the past 2 weeks I have been travelling around Scotland in my camper van, and it was incredible. It was amazing, it was stunning, it was beautiful, and it was great. It was great for my mind. It was great to just have 2 weeks off my business and working full-time. I did do a little bit of blink lettering work, but that was stuff that I wouldn't normally have time to do otherwise, and it was just more some fun bits. As I said, it was great for my mental health, and as I film this, it is actually World Mental Health Day today, which I think definitely needs talking about, not just today. Mental health needs talking about every day. And I do think that in the past couple of years, it has been more widely spoken about. So it's becoming easier to talk about. Got a text. It's definitely been more widely spoken about, especially on things like social media, which is brilliant. In this vlog today, I do want to have a little chat about my own mental health, and especially a lot of things that I kind of had the chance to think about over the past 2 weeks. And I have actually been thinking about some of these in the past year as well, but like just being outside and not being distracted by things and stuff just really was a good opportunity for me to clear my head. I have put out a little thing on Instagram where people can ask me questions, so let's hope that people actually ask me questions. My anxiety is worried that nobody's going to ask me any questions, and now I've said I'm doing a Q&A, and that's not going to happen. So yeah, hopefully there will be some sort of Q&A during this studio vlog, and in that I'm going to have a little chat about some of the things I want to talk to you about in terms of my mental health and things that are happening in my business right now. That will come. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know why I'm just going to sit down and chat to you, or whether I'll do it as like a little voiceover while I'm doing bits today. Although I went away for 2 weeks, I actually left my Etsy shop open and I just extended the processing times. And I had quite a few orders when I was away, which is brilliant. I've got some cracker orders, I've got calendar orders, I've got some affirmation box orders as well, which is great for Mental Health Day. And I've got a few cards too. So I think today, it's like Saturday by the way, and it is, I think it's just after 3, it's 3:30. Today I'm just going to get the easier jobs done. So that is things like the greetings cards, the calendars, and things like that, and the crackers I think I'll save to tomorrow. I'm not really necessarily in the mood to do calligraphy today, which you kind of need to be in the mood for when you're doing a whole load of crackers. That is one thing, I'm not always up for doing calligraphy, which I'm sure everyone gets. Like, I'm not actually in a low mood today. I haven't got holiday blues yet, but I'm much more in like an organisation mood. Like, I've come back and I want to organise. I've spent the morning tidying the bedroom and the studio and dusting and hoovering. So I'm in an organisational, let's just do stuff. So I'm trying to pull on that feeling, I don't know what the word is, but I'm trying to utilise that feeling right now. So it would be best for me to do things like printing and packaging, because that is organisational. And then tomorrow I can just focus on lots of lovely cracker orders. I have tidied up a little bit in here, but before I start, I just wanted to show you an area that is a mess. So currently I have all these boxes, which I'm sure you've seen in many a studio vlog and in my craft room tour. I've also got a whole stack of stuff up here, which is actually living on the floor at the moment. But I've just ordered myself like a little trolley with, I think it's got like 8 or 10 drawers, yeah, 10 drawers in it that fit A4, which is going to be great because I've got quite a few new products that I want to bring out, like Christmas tags. So before I went away, I started experimenting with these Christmas tags. I want to do some Christmas tags. I've got Christmas stickers that I want to do, and I've just got lots of ideas basically, and I need some storage for like small drawers. At the moment everything is just big storage holes, and these drawers are already full, but mainly of art supplies. So I need something here that is easier access than little boxes. So hopefully that's gonna come Monday, Tuesday. So you'll probably see that in my next studio vlog. I've also got a whole load of ribbon down here, which I need to sort out and put somewhere, but I can't until I have those drawers. So that's just living there for now. But let's start with some orders. I've just done my greetings cards and the affirmation boxes. So the affirmation boxes would be really good if you are looking for a gift to give someone who is feeling a little bit low or does struggle with anxiety. Let me get one for you. So it just comes in a little box like this, and inside there's lots of cards. There's 30 cards, and they just have lots of lovely things on that it's just good to say to yourself every day, each morning. I've spoken about these quite a bit in other vlogs. I actually originally created one of these for my friend Lou as a birthday present, and now they're available in my shop. I've had 3 orders for them already. Well, and I've had another one before I went away too. So it's really lovely that there are people getting on board with these, and I hope that the people they're giving them to will make them smile. They all come personalised, and everyone who's ordered them today has also ordered it with a ribbon, so it will look like a nice little gift wrap. It's perfect for things like Christmas, if it's going in a stocking, and they do come with an easel too. So yeah, I've done 3 of these, and I've done the greetings cards. What time is it? It is 4:30, so it's only an hour since I last spoke to you. I am going to do my calendars now. So how many calendars have I got? I don't think I have too many. I've got 1, 2, 3 calendars. So they're all A7 size. You can get them in A7 or A6. My calendars are like my most popular product every year. I didn't really push them too much last year, and that's partly because of my mental health, which I'll discuss a bit later on when I do my Q&A. But in the past few years, my calendars have always been super popular. They are cute little A7 calendars that have foil on them and come with an easel, well, optional easel. And I'm doing personalised ones as well this year. So I've got one personalised one, and then hi guys, so it's 5:30 now. Yes, I obviously like talking to you every hour. I just did my calendars, however, I think my printer's printing a bit funny. There's some weird marks at the top, which you can't really see on camera, but I can see in real life, and it's bothering me. So I think I need to give my printer a proper good clean, which can take a little while, and I just want today to be nice and stress-free and relaxing. So what I've done is I've got my affirmation boxes ready, I've got the cards ready, I've written out all of the names on all of the thank you notes. I think the last thing I'll do is do all the names on all the other packaging. So I've got 9 cracker orders that I need to do. So I'm going to be doing the crackers tomorrow, but I think I'll do all the packaging today, so get all the names on the boxes now. Then I'm going to call it a day today, but tomorrow I will jump back on. I'm going to get up super early so I can crack on with work, get myself back into a bit more of a routine, and I'm going to do a little Q&A. I did just have a little look on Instagram, and people have left me a few questions already for the Q&A, which is good. And there's a really good question which is going to help me lead on to talking about Instagram and Instagram followers. So what I'll do is I will say bye now, and I will see you guys in the morning. Hi guys, it is Sunday now. I'm super zoomed in, hang on. Wrong way. That was a bit better. It is Sunday today, so you would have seen me spending this morning working on the crackers. They're all behind me. I still need to cut the ribbon for them, and then I'm going to package all my orders in one big foul swoop. But before I do that, I thought I would do my little honest chat Q&A now before it gets dark, because it's starting raining here, which means it's also getting darker, and I want you to be able to see my face. I hope you've got yourself a cup of tea. I got some squash, because this is going to be a long rambly bit of the video. I'm wearing a very apt jumper for this, by the way. It says, "Don't worry, be happy," which is quite apt about speaking about mental health and being busy and stressed. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, yesterday it was World Mental Health Day, and I briefly spoke about the fact that I suffer from anxiety, and essentially I had a very bad time about this time last year with my anxiety. There are a couple of things that triggered it, but things that shouldn't have made it as bad as it got, but because my anxiety kind of spirals out of control, it did, and I was not in a good place. And this year has obviously been a really bad year for a lot of people, well, pretty much everyone. 2020 has not been kind, but actually weirdly for me, it's given me the time to learn and understand my mind a bit better and to figure out what works for me in dealing with my anxiety. I think especially during lockdown and being able to take that step back from life and just to take each day as it came just really helped me learn more about me mentally and what's more important to me in my life as well. So as I said, last year I was not in a good place, which in turn really affected Blink. I think I would post maybe once a month on my grid, and at the time it made me feel awful because I felt like I was letting a lot of people down. I was letting all of my followers down, I was letting myself down. I did do some of my products last year for Christmas, so I did do my calendars, but I didn't push them anywhere near as much. And I actually even had a few conversations with my husband about completely stopping Blink and not doing it anymore. I just was not in a good place at all, but I'm glad that he supported me and I persevered through, because I definitely feel in a better place now, and it's made me reevaluate what's important for me in my personal life but also in my business. And one of the things that I have been thinking about quite a lot in the past couple of months, but also mainly in the past 2 weeks with being away and having a bit of a break from like sharing much on social media in terms of calligraphy, is that I don't know how to put this. I don't like the fact that I have a lot of followers on Instagram, which probably sounds really weird because I think people would love to have over 50,000 followers. And don't get me wrong, like, I am so honoured that there's that many people who do follow me. Like, it is definitely a pinch me moment. Like, I can't even imagine 50,000 people. So that does blow my mind every day. However, I think how I've grown my following, it's been completely organic, but essentially a couple of years ago I kind of realised that the thing that people liked the most was videos, and not just people, Instagram. And I also realised that the best posts were to do a video and a picture in one post. So it's the video first, then you swipe along to the photo. And I just found this a really good formula for getting engagement, and I've just kind of stuck with that, and it's worked really well for me. And I have loved the opportunity that growing my Instagram has given me. I worked with this amazing brands like Royal Talons and Creative Peak and Colt Pens and Under the Rowan Trees, and I wouldn't have had that opportunity if I hadn't grown my audience. However, I feel like the audience I do have now doesn't really reflect the way I want to push my business. So last year, got something in my eye. So last year, part of the reason I fell out of love with Blink and I wanted to quit is because we were living in a one bed flat, and there was just not space for it to work, and I'd kind of was really struggling. I was working in our bedroom, I couldn't switch off. My husband slept on the sofa quite a lot downstairs, it's a sofa bed, but I was just working really late at night because I was trying to do it around my job, and it just wasn't healthy. However, since we've moved into a 2-bed house, well, flat, I've actually fallen in love with doing products again, all over again, and I've got plans for lots more exciting products and I can't wait. But I kind of feel that my Instagram no longer reflects that. It shows off my calligraphy, which I obviously do want to attract people who have an interest in calligraphy, but I think I've also attracted a lot of people who just find my videos enjoyable and satisfying, which, don't get me wrong, like, I love the fact that I can make someone smile or give someone enjoyment, but I feel like as a business it's not really reflecting me. And I also feel a little bit trapped because whenever I do go out the video, photo, post restriction that I've kind of built myself, I just don't get as much engagement, which in turn really knocks me down. But when I was away, I got an email from Susie, who is the person behind How to Hand Letter. I'm on her mailing list, and she actually sent an email out about how going viral on Instagram isn't great. And I just really resonated with her email. She basically has said that she has now set her account to private because she only wants to attract people who are interested in what services she can offer and her as a person, as a business. And the issue with going viral on Instagram is that you end up attracting a lot of people in your audience that aren't quite aligned with what you're offering as a business. Now, I don't think personally I'm going to go private on my Instagram, partly because I want to be able to sell my products, and I feel if I do go private then that can restrict it. But what I will be doing is sharing a variety of different posts. So they may be videos, they may be photos, they may be finished products. I'm still going to be doing the lovely calligraphy videos. They're not going to stop, but they're not going to be every day. I do want to get more consistent with posting on Instagram, and you've probably noticed in the past year and a half that I'm not as consistent. I used to post every single day. Without fail, I used to post a video every day, but I found that that actually put a lot of pressure on me and caused my anxiety to go through the roof. So I do want to get a bit more consistent with posting, but being able to post different kinds of things and also start showing off myself and Blink lettering more. But it's a scary thing because I'm worried that I'm going to lose a lot of engagement. I'm not so worried about getting less followers, and actually my followers have been going down in the past couple of months. I think probably because I haven't been posting as much, but it's been weirdly a bit of a relief. I don't know why. I feel like I'd rather have a smaller audience that's super engaged, like you guys watching this right now. You're the kind of people that I want around. I want to be able to chat to my audience and for it to feel like community. So basically, things are going to be changing a little bit on my Instagram, and it would be amazing to have your support to stop me from feeling anxious or freaked out that I'm doing the wrong thing. And I'm just looking for some cheerleaders. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, then you can head over to Instagram and just look for Blink Lettering and you'll find me. Anyway, that was a bit of a ramble. So that's a bit of an extension of what I said on my Instagram yesterday about my anxiety and how it's affected my business. I did also put a little question box up for people to ask me questions, so a little bit of a Q&A. So I'm just going to go through those questions now. Some of them I may have already answered a little bit from that ramble, but I will answer the questions still. So I basically asked people to ask me anything, but mainly things about like mental health and running a business, especially alongside a full-time job. So the first one is, how do you switch off? And the short answer is, I don't. My mind is always going at like 100 miles an hour. When you run a business, whether you do it as a full-time thing or whether you do it on the side of a full-time job, you're always thinking of how you can improve and what you need to do. There's always something to do in a business. I did definitely switch off when I was in Scotland, and actually getting outside and getting away from the house really helped. When I'm at home, I feel like I always have to be doing something. Even if I'm watching TV with my husband, I will have my laptop and I'll do little admin bits, or I'll be on my phone like answering comments on Instagram or like messages. I do love doing things like swimming as well. Again, it's away from the house, it's away from technology. I used to really struggle switching off before bed. And what I do now is I actually read before bed. Every night I read before bed. And that just, it doesn't switch off my brain completely, but it takes me into a whole different world. It takes me into the world of the book. And because I'm reading, I can't think about other stuff, which is why I read before bed every night. But in general, getting out and being active. What do we have next? So it says here, you said this year was better. What was the biggest difference this year mental health wise? So as I mentioned, I had a really bad time last year with my anxiety. There was a few triggering things, but in general, I was definitely suffering from imposter syndrome. I was worried constantly that I wasn't doing the right thing. And although this year hasn't been a good year in general for the whole world, I definitely suffer anxiety from social pressures. I absolutely love seeing my friends and I love hanging out with them, but I sometimes get stuck with sorry, croaky voice, but I sometimes feel a bit overwhelmed with social and full-time job and business and spending time with my husband, and that can be super overwhelming for me. So having a period of time where one aspect of my life was literally taken away from me and there was nothing I could do about it, although it was really sad and I missed family and friends so much, actually having that taken away enabled me to step back and really think about how I spend my time and what's important for me, and how I can get to a point where I don't have to choose between full-time, business, social, my husband. Eventually I do want to do Blink Lettering full-time, and I've kind of come to the conclusion that I'm going to need to work my arse off for the next year or so. But once I've done that and I can do this full-time, then I will have more time to do some of the things I enjoy. So that's really helped. But I also think this year, something that I've done compared to last year is say no to things. So I have learnt to start saying no to things. I have learnt to give myself some more time as well. I think giving myself some me time and doing things I enjoy has been really beneficial. So yeah, I think I've answered that question. I feel like I've rambled quite a lot. So next question we have is it worth growing your Instagram following? If so, how do you do that? Which I've obviously already just spoken about, and I think the question, is it worth growing your Instagram following, is such an open, vague question. Of course, if you're a business, then the more followers you have, then the more reach you have, which is beneficial for your business. But if you have 100,000 followers, but you only get like 10 likes on your picture, then that's not great. You want to have a higher engagement. So for me, I personally would rather have 20,000 followers and 2,000 likes on a picture than the current situation I'm in, where I'm on 55,000 followers, but sometimes I could only get 200 likes. So I think the thing you need to ask yourself is why you want to grow. What are the reasons? I know a lot of people want to get to the 10,000 mark because that enables them to get the swipe up in the stories. And actually that is a really valuable thing to have. But I think after that, it's just about appreciating who is following you and just like trying to understand why you're doing it, basically. And in terms of growing your Instagram following, I have just done it basically by mistake. I didn't do anything specific. I obviously spoke about earlier about I found that posting a video and a photo was really beneficial, but that's not necessarily going to be the same for every single business. I just found that I was in the world of calligraphy quite early on. I attracted quite a lot of people just to watch my videos and learn from my videos. I definitely use a lot of hashtags. I tend to use a mixture of quite saturated hashtags and then quite niche ones, but I tend to use ones that link to communities that I follow myself and I enjoy. So if you are looking to grow, then I definitely look at hashtags and also just engaging. It's important for people to engage on their own imagery, but if you want people to engage on your stuff, then you need to engage on their stuff too. So follow people who inspire you and engage with them. I've made quite a few Instagram friends from engaging with people, and I do chat to quite a few people on a daily basis because I engage with them or they've engaged with me, and we've just become friends. I've even met a few of my Instagram friends in real life. So I think that's the best thing that's come out for me about growing my audience, is actually meeting some really lovely people. And I think you need to ask yourself why you want to grow your audience before you start asking how. Next, so that same person also said, thank you for talking about mental health, and that's perfectly okay. I think we need to talk about mental health way more often, especially on social media. I think things like Instagram can seem like everything's fine and dandy, but in reality what happens is when you're not fine and dandy, you don't tend to post, which is what happened to me last year, and I just didn't post at all, which is why I want to start talking about it now more and more. So I've just had someone, a bit of a random question, but that's totally fine. Here for the random ones. Have you ever been to Wales? I love Wales and I'm learning Welsh. I'm actually half Welsh. So my dad and his family are all from Cardiff, and I used to go there very regularly as a child. My auntie and uncle still live in that area. I have also more recently gone to Snowdon area quite a lot. I absolutely love it there. I've climbed Snowdon a few times and it's just such a beautiful area, and the same with the Brecon Beacons as well. It's just so stunning. I actually wouldn't mind living near Snowdon in the mountains in the future because it's beautiful. So the next question is, managing mental health whilst resonating with your audience, making pieces people like to buy. So I think one thing that I have changed over the past few years with Instagram, although my posts have been quite regimented in the whole video photo thing, I've become a lot more chatty, one, in my grid posts, in my descriptions, and being honest about if I'm having a rubbish day and talking about the more mundane things. And I have had quite a few people comment or message me saying they really appreciate me talking about whatever subject I've spoken about. And I will also chat in my stories now. Chatting on stories is bloody terrifying, but after a while you just get used to it. It feels like you're just talking to a friend. Actually kind of talking more about my mental health or just my general state of mind and my mood in my Instagram posts has started resonating with my audience more. And I think that's something that's really important to do, is to be open and honest. I remember I started doing a couple of posts where I'd share the behind the scenes. So I would have done a lovely video of a lovely piece of calligraphy, but then I'd snap my desk that had so many different examples of me trying to do the calligraphy and it going wrong, or me not liking it, be too critical on myself. And people really liked that I was sharing that. And actually I haven't done that for a while, and I will start doing that again, because I want to be open and honest with you guys. It doesn't go right every time. It's not always perfect every time. So that's definitely something that I think if you are more human to your audience, then that can help balance your own mental health as well as open up that conversation online as well. Next question we have is, how do you fit it all in? Work, biz, home / personal life, exercise, etc. It's a lot. It is a lot. And I've kind of already spoken about this, that this year actually having certain aspects of my life completely taken away from me really helped. It really did help, and I do struggle to fit it all in. I did get into quite a nice pattern before the world went to poo with my exercise, and I was really enjoying that. But honestly, since things have started opening up more, like the gyms, I have really struggled getting back into exercise. However, being away for 2 weeks and walking in mountains and being outside every day has given me that encouragement to get back on it, because I know that exercise helps me mentally. And then in terms of balancing personal life, something that I have actually started doing recently is telling my friends that I can't do any social things unless it's something like a birthday, a special occasion. And I mean, it's not like people are having massive parties at the moment anyway, but I'm quite fortunate that I have friends not just based where I live, but all over the country. But having friends all over the place does make it quite stressful to meet up with people. And then on top of that, none of my family live near here either. But for a long time I think I've needed to do this, and I've needed to give myself a bit more me time. And I was always scared, I was always worried that I'd be forgotten about. And I think that is a big struggle as a small business owner, that having to make that choice between business and friends feels awful. But I am really lucky that I have so many amazing, lovely, supportive friends who are my biggest cheerleaders. So I don't manage to fit it all in. I do have people who are quite shocked that I don't do Blink lettering full time. They seem to think that I do, because I do so much, but I just fit it in around work. I fortunately work from home now, which has made my life a bit easier. I can do things on my lunch break. I'm also one of those really annoying morning people, so I quite like to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and do work on Blink before I start my full-time job. But I still feel like I don't do enough, quite honestly. And I feel frustrated that I don't have enough time in the week to be able to do everything I want to do. So changing my life a little bit and making it so I do say no to things is helping me balance my life a little bit more. But obviously I think balance is important, so I'm not going to completely stop seeing people, or I'm not going to completely stop doing exercise, but it's all just about balance. I think one thing that I've learned to do is listen to my mood. So yesterday, for example, I was really in the mood to tidy, so I just spent a lot of the day tidying. So yeah, if I'm not in the mood for doing something on Blink, then I won't do it. I won't force myself. So listening to my body a bit more and my mind is helping me get that balance a bit better. Next we have, what are some beginner essentials for starting to make YouTube calligraphy videos? So when I started doing my YouTube calligraphy videos, I just had a phone. I didn't even have this phone. I had the iPhone 7 Plus, and I had like a bendy arm that I stuck to my desk. I've got a slightly different one now, but this is so I can fit my iPad into it as well. But I would just put my phone in and sit in front of the camera and film. And these kind of bendy arms that touch your desk also means that you can film from above. I do leave links in my video description for everything I use for filming, so you can check it out down there. I have since upgraded my filming equipment. Money in my business has enabled me to do that, but you definitely don't need to get anything fancy. In terms of editing, I use Adobe Premiere Pro. The reason I use Adobe Premiere Pro is because I have an Adobe Creative Cloud subscription, and I got taught how to use Premiere Pro when I was at university, so I've always used it. I am a professional graphic designer, so those kind of tools I use in my job day to day. However, there are plenty of free tools. Things like iMovie is great if you've got a MacBook or an iPhone. There's probably some Windows versions. I'm not too savvy with Windows, so I don't know. But there's definitely lots of free options for editing out there, and just things like watching YouTube videos will be really helpful for learning how to edit. So I've had someone say, not a question, but I love that you're discussing mental health. Thank you. So, and they've also asked, would you suggest brush lettering to lessen anxiety? And I would say 100% yes. It's something I discuss in all of my in-person workshops. So I started teaching in-person workshops, I think it was like 3 years ago now. And whenever I do my in-person workshops, people are always like, oh, this is so relaxing. Oh, the time's going so quickly. This is so soothing. And I do talk quite a lot in those workshops about how it can be really beneficial for anxiety, for depression, for low mood, or just simply getting away from a screen and focusing on something that isn't your job or things that are worrying in your life. Yeah, I think it's great for anxiety. It definitely helps me. What I've learned, and part of the reason I want to change what I'm doing on my Instagram, is that I don't tend to do calligraphy for myself anymore. I'm always doing it either for my business or for my Instagram, and that's something I miss doing, is just sitting down and playing. So that's partly why I want to change up my Instagram, so it gives me time to have some fun with my pens and my art supplies without the pressure of anything. And the community in the calligraphy and lettering world is amazing as well. I think meeting other like-minded people, whether that's people who have an interest in art or typography or share the same worries and anxieties as you, it's such a good community, and it's so wonderful to be part of. So I think that's all of the questions I've got. So this video has been quite rambly, or at least the end of it has anyway, and I'm not entirely sure what I said. It's all a bit of a blur, to be honest. But I hope that it's helped you out a little bit if you're struggling with things like your anxiety or mental health or feeling pressures from social media. And I also hope that it's got you excited for where I am personally and with Blink, and what I've got in store for you guys. So as I said, things will change a little bit over my Instagram. I'm planning to share a few different things over my grid, and I would love some love from you guys. I am going to end this video here because I think I've rambled enough, and I need to go and cut ribbon for the crackers so then I can pack all of my orders, and I also need to edit this. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon for another video, probably a studio vlog, because I'm quite enjoying these little chatty vlogs, and I hope you are as well. If you do have any questions about business or mental health that I haven't really discussed in this video, then let me know in the comments below and I will happily answer for you. I will see you guys soon. Bye!